Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So in this one we are doing an unboxing of the MOFT stand-up desk attachment. So this will be really interesting to see what it's like. Now we've used a lot of MOFT accessories, and full disclaimer, MOFT has kindly provided this one for us to unbox. So we'll obviously be opening this up, giving you our unbiased impressions just to see what it's like and see whether or not this can replace something like my dedicated stand-up desk attachment that I've got that will be coming in a later video, provided this is any good, and we'll go from there. But let's crack this open and see what it's like. So this is the MOFT foldable 5-in-1 sit stand laptop desk. It's the MOFT Z or MOFT Z, depending where you're at. So let's pop it open. It's going to have all these different sort of orientations that you can use it in. And just to make yourself a little bit more productive, it's already really kind of weighty. I don't know why I kind of did that with the empty box, but put that over there. Okay, let's pop this open. Pop the plastic aside. There it is. So actually, it's really slim. It's really heavy, like surprisingly so. But I guess you kind of want that because this is going to be something that's going to go into 5 different positions. So one, if you sat down at your desk and you want to do some typing, and then it's going to rise right up and be used as a stand-up desk. So if you're putting something like, you know, your relatively heavy MacBook Pro 16-inch on there, which we'll be testing out soon, you want to know that it's sturdy and it's not going to fall over and just smash everything to pieces. So let's get in here. I'm still surprised by the weight of it. Just it feels very dense. Ooh, what's an interesting little noise. Okay, so what have we got? We have, so thank you from MOFT. Like mobile office on the go, basically. Let's have a look at this. Now, I love these sort of MOFT devices because they're just so random. There's all of these different positions that you can put it in. I should probably look at the instructions, to be fair. It's got this nice sort of like textured material, and if you've used MOFT products before, you'll probably know what I mean. It's this sort of like, almost like a plasticky, I don't really know how to describe it, like a plasticky rubber material, and yeah, it just feels good. It's good also like when it's on the table and stuff. It doesn't really move too much. It does have a bit of give, so, but then we're not opened it up yet or anything. So let's have a look. So we've got 5 different positions: a 25-degree angle, 35-degree, 45-degree, 60-degree, and then standing mode. Okay, and that at the end I must show you how to put them into each of these modes. So here we go. Interesting. There is a QR code down at the bottom here, so if you are stuck, like I'm probably going to be stuck, it takes you to some video tutorials by the looks of things. That's a nice little feature. So first of all, let's go with this 25-degree mode. So basically it's showing that you take it out like so, so it's relatively long. I guess this is at the bottom, so that would flap out. Okay, and then this this bit folds over here, and then that goes like that. Oh, okay, there we go. Position number 1. So then you've got this sort of like little bit here that kind of flips out, and that would help to secure your laptop. So if you had that on there, I can then get that lip down at the bottom, put my laptop open, and oh, it's sliding. Let's get that out a bit further. There we go. So that's like so. So that way, this sort of lip here holds it in place. And again, with the MOFT stuff, it's really robust. You can put a decent amount of pressure. As you can see, my laptop's shaking all over, but this is staying in place. And actually, when that's on, it's not really moving anywhere. So far, so good. So that is your base one. So I guess if I'm at the desk now, for example, and I want it like that, I can have it there, get into my laptop, do some typing. It's a nice angle to be able to do everything on. The only thing I would say is that little lip down at the bottom to kind of secure it is kind of, I mean, I probably wouldn't have my hand resting there, so it's not too bad actually. But if you had a smaller laptop, that might get in the way. But I guess, again, your mileage may vary. Moving on to the next one. Oh, in fact, just to note, if you do have a smaller laptop, actually, there is a smaller lip that you can use instead. So that's well thought out. Right, next, 35 degrees. Okay, this. So again, we need to pop it out like so. That pops out. This goes over this time. Oh God. No, does it? Does it? Okay, yeah. Like that. No. That can't be it. Or can it? Okay. So that then goes up like that. That doesn't seem quite as secure. Definitely not as secure. I must be doing something wrong. Let's try that again. So that goes there, and then you've got, okay, well, I mean, it seems to be showing that's how you do it. So it'd go like that. I guess if you're just using it as a stand rather than putting anything on it, it's this bit here. It has like a groove in the end, and it just doesn't seem quite deep enough to hold the thing in place. So then again, if you have your laptop on that, got the lip out, it's at a higher angle, which is pretty good. Pop your laptop open. Irritatingly, it does cover up the sort of little grip bit that you'd get for your laptop, so probably do that first. Okay, so it's there. Again, you've got a nice high angle that you can work on. Actually, excuse the face. I don't know why I pulled that face. Okay, that's seemed pretty stable. Take it back, it's not going anywhere. I mean, my whole desk is shaking instead. So that is the 35 degree. Let's move on to the next one. The most interesting one for me is going to be the standing mode, because that is something that I use a lot. So we'll get onto that shortly. So 45 degrees, so it pops up like so. I'm gonna say this is pretty solid. It definitely feels really good. So 45 degree goes like so, like that, and then that, aha. There we go, that magnet bit there kind of seals it. Again, you've got this on here, just to demonstrate what it looks like, I guess, so you get an idea of what sort of angle it's going to be at. I don't know what angle this is going to be for. I mean, my laptop doesn't even go back that far, but I guess maybe presentations, probably more for tablets to be fair, so I don't have my iPad to hand, but I guess if you had something like a tablet, let's just pretend that my phone is a tablet right now. Actually, that's a pretty good angle, because then that would be your screen. You can see everything there, and I guess if you then had a keyboard, for example, and a mouse to this side, you could be using like your iPad there and using that as the angle. That's pretty good. Or if you wanted to watch some video, you could have it there, or have like maybe a second monitor or something. So actually, that's a pretty good angle for that. And I'm assuming the 60 degree one is going to be the same. So, goes like so. Like that. Okay. Oh, so there's another flip that's going to come into play now, I think. Okay, so this is now doing like the origami stuff that you get with the ones that stick on the bottom of it from MOFT, which is, they're really cool. So that goes like so, and like so. Oh, okay, there you go. So that is your big steep angle. So again, if you had a tablet, or in this case a phone, I'm going to use the little lip instead. There we go. I could have it like that. It seems far too overkill for a phone, but I guess to be fair, if you were using like your laptop and then you wanted your phone propped up so you could maybe watch some YouTube or something like that, and then you could swap it out and use something like your laptop instead on this, so that's pretty handy. But for a tablet, I can definitely see the use case. It makes a lot more sense than trying to be a savage and use your laptop on this sort of angle. Okay, and on to the final one, which is the one I am really interested in, and this is standing mode. Now, like I said, I use it's called a Duronic standing desk, and it's like this big sort of like metal and plastic bit that goes on top of the desk. It's got these levers and it goes all the way up, and it's really heavy. Now, the advantage of something like this is obviously you can use it on the go, and they kind of label it as like a portable office, so you could take this with you to different places. If you're going to go to a cafe, you could take it around with you, and you just need the one accessory rather than having this big beastie thing. It's also a hell of a lot cheaper, so this, I believe, is about £60. So to be fair, versus something like my Duronic desk stand, which was about £300, it is a massive saving, providing it is sturdy. The one great thing about my Duronic desk is it's really sturdy, because it is this big plastic and metal thing, whereas this is obviously this kind of like fabric, and I'm guessing kind of cardboard, and maybe some metal in there as well. So let's have a look. So to put it in standing mode, I need to pop it like so. Flap comes out. This goes one way. Okay. And this, is there another one? Yeah. So that goes like that. And there's another one up here. Oh, okay, that goes like that. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I've now built a tower of cards. So this is now in standing mode, apparently. So which way do we think is going to be durable? There's like a little ledge here. So you can see, so this is apparently the front. Yeah, I trust it. Okay, it's got a decent amount of coverage underneath the laptop. I'm probably going to break the screen by bashing it like that. I need to be careful. There's a decent amount of coverage underneath it, even though at first glance it doesn't look as though it is. It doesn't move too much either, so one thing I'd be worried about with that at first glance is that actually, if you knocked it, your laptop's going to go flying. Okay, let's pop it there and block me out completely. So, that is standing mode. I guess quite good if you, I don't know, wanted it for a monitor to raise it up, you could then use it that way. It doesn't seem poorly weighted in any way, so I don't know how confident I'd be, just in case if you knock it. I mean, I guess the center of gravity on the MacBook is going to bring it back forward, but I certainly wouldn't want to have it like, oh, it's still not too bad. Again, it's just maybe me being a bit too cautious because I've broken the screen on this before, that I wouldn't want to do it again. It certainly slides that way a lot easier than it does that, but then I guess you're not going to be kind of pushing it all over the place, at least hopefully you're not. It's definitely sturdy in that respect. Like, this isn't collapsing or anything. Now if I stood up, bear with me, you're going to get some kind of lower half shots. Yeah, I could see myself using that. So okay, so as a stand-up desk, it's all right. One thing I found is you definitely have to have it kind of a little bit further back, because if you have it too far forward, as you're typing, it's rocking. So you have to have your kind of MacBook or your laptop overhanging the back here. I guess it's maybe not made for like a 16-inch MacBook Pro, because that is a bigger device. If you had something like a 13-inch device, this would probably be spot on and perfect, because that would literally sit damn center, and that way you're not really going to have too much move. It's decent enough, so I just did a little bit of typing there, and it worked nicely. There wasn't too much wobble on it. I don't know how I'd use it for long periods of time, but to be fair, I don't do the standing up thing as probably much as I should. But this will definitely make it easier because my Duronic desk is in one place, whereas this, I can literally just have it as on my desk and do some typing, and then decide actually it's time I take a break and stand up and do some typing, and then very quickly switch over. So for that, it's really good. I've got to say, first impressions of this are really good. Can I fold it back? No, yes, there we go. So yeah, first impressions are really good. It feels really sturdy in each of these 5 different positions that it comes in. It feels sturdy in every single one of them. The one it feels least sturdy in is the stand-up desk side of things. So if you do have a larger laptop like the 16-inch one, it's good for that. So if you need to take a break and you need to actually do a little bit of standing up, stretch your legs and work that way, it's really good for that. And I guess as well, if you're maybe going to watch some video or do like a conference or something like that and you want to be stood up in it, that's pretty good. Typing, it gets a little bit wobbly when you stood up. However, in all the other positions, it's really, really solid, which I would expect from MOFT. They do some pretty good things. Now, obviously, the big difference in this is, it's very, very portable. So if I want to come up here and do some work, and if I want to go downstairs and do some work, and if I want to go to the garden and do some work, if I want to go to a cafe and do some work, you get the picture. I can take this with me. With a big, proper, really sturdy stand-up desk, you don't have that luxury. It's not going to happen. You are going to be limited in where it can go. It's also a lot cheaper. So like I said, 50 or 60 quid, whatever this retails for, versus something like £200 to £300 you'd be paying for something that is really sturdy and just kind of in one place. You know what, there's a massive difference. I like it. Even if you were just after a stand that's adjustable to have in 2 or 3 sizes, then this is probably worthwhile having a look at, or at least considering. And then if you definitely want that added bonus of having it as a stand-up desk, it's not quite as tall as I would like, but it certainly is usable. And I'm 6'2", so bear that in mind if you're looking at using this as a stand-up desk. Even though it's not quite as tall as I'd like it to go, it's very usable and it was comfortable enough to use even at my height. So really impressed with it. So thank you very much, MOFT, for sending this over. Really like the look of it, and we will be having more videos in the future comparing this to something like the actual, you know, my £200 to £300 stand-up desk to give you an idea of how this compares, and we'll do like a full breakdown review of it as well in the future, so be sure to subscribe for that. In the meantime, if you've got any questions about this, throw them down in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer them, and we'll see you soon for some more awesome content. Bye!